Hello and welcome to Yogafinity at Home with me, Shan from Yogafinity. I hope you're well. I'm going to be guiding you through a calming yoga practice now. So this is a nice practice to do in the evening, at the end of the day when you're winding down, or indeed at any point during the day when you're seeking some peace and some time for yourself. Have a blanket and a cushion to hand if you can, and then come to a comfortable seated position. I'm taking the legs crossed here, lengthening the spine and relaxing the shoulders, and then closing the eyes. Beginning to connect to your breathing. Noticing as you inhale, the belly filling. As you exhale, the belly emptying. Take a long, deep inhalation through the nose and a longer, gentle exhalation through the mouth. Another long, deep inhalation and a longer, gentler exhalation. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then allow your breathing to come back to normal and the eyes to softly blink open. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, guide the right ear down to the right shoulder and then gently roll the head forwards, chin coming down to the center of the chest, and roll the head the other way. Keep the gaze soft. Semi-circling with the head, easing out tension in the neck and the shoulders. And then take the head to the center. As you inhale this time, reach the right arm up, left palm down by the side, and then sweep that arm over. Then roll that arm in front. Coming onto fingertips here, send the weight back towards the tailbone, the sit bones, so the navel draws in slightly. As you inhale, lengthen the spine, press the knees down. And as you exhale, just relax forward, perhaps coming down to forearms here. And then relaxing the head. And then taking a gentle sway perhaps. Easing out the hips. And then coming onto fingertips and coming upright, returning the hands to the tops of the knees. Breathing in. Taking left ear down to left shoulder this time. Rolling that head through center. And round the other way. Exhaling down, making that gentle semicircle. And coming back to the center. This time as you inhale, sweep the left arm up, right palm down the other side, reaching over. And then sweeping that arm in front, coming onto fingertips. Remember, you can always have your seat elevated here on a cushion if you need to just create a little bit more of that pelvic tilt and an easier seated position. So as you inhale, lengthening, and as you exhale, gliding forward, maybe coming down to those forearms, relaxing the head and taking that gentle sway. sending the weight back into the sit bones towards the tailbone, bracing the belly as you come upright. We're going to extend the right leg now. So right leg stretches out to the side, left heel guided in towards the groin, and just resting that right forearm with the palm facing up on the thigh there. Inhaling and reaching that left arm up. And then we're going to gently fold over. Relax the head. Maybe soften the eyes as you feel into that stretch. That right foot flexed and active. And then use the momentum of your inhalation to sweep that left arm up. Shift the right hip back now. And this left heel here can either be tucked into the groin or it can be a little further down. So have a comfortable position for your hip here. And then you want to bring the torso so it's square over that extended leg. As you inhale, reach the arms up. Little softness in the knee of the extended leg. As you exhale, fold down. Use your inhale to lengthen and the exhale to soften. So you don't have to reach all the way for that foot. You can bend the elbows here, just rest the forearms. Reaching forward only if it's accessible to you. Keeping square over that thigh. And then drawing yourself upright, coming into bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana in the center here. So taking the soles of the feet together and then peeling them apart. Pressing those knees down, and maybe you'd like to just press the pads of the thumbs here just to give the soles of the feet a little massage. Just pressing into any achy points there, soft parts of the feet. And then interlacing the fingers over the toes, lifting up, pressing those knees down. Creating length through the spine. Length at the back of the neck also. And this time, with that right heel guided into the groin, we're going to stretch the left leg out. Once again, that foot is flexed and active. Palm up, forearm down to that extended leg. As you inhale, sweep the right arm up and fold over that extended leg, relaxing the head as you do so. So you're bringing those ribs round here, stretching the side of the body. And then on your inhalation, sweep that arm over. Scoot that left hip back. And this time the heel can come to the groin once again. Or just take it a little bit further down the leg if that's more comfortable. And then we're righting that torso so it's in line over the extended leg. As you inhale, reach fingertips to sky. As you exhale, soften forward. So maybe bending those elbows, palms remaining upright here. If it's accessible, keeping a little softness in that knee, you can reach a little further down that leg. Once again, using your inhales to lift and lengthen, and your exhales to fold and soften. Drawing yourself upright. We'll take the legs out in front to Dandasana, staff pose. Hands either side of the hips. Sitting up nice and tall. Just pointing the feet and then flexing the toes up. Inhaling to point, exhaling to flex, pelvic floor draws in. And then circling the ankles one way and the other. Little softness to the knees once again. Remember, you can have that seat raised on a cushion if it helps tilt the pelvis and lengthen the spine. As you inhale, reach up. As you exhale, fold forward. Seated forward fold. Stretching those legs out only if it's accessible to you here. Try to avoid rounding the upper back. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, folding, softening. Deep, smooth breaths. And gliding round, let's come to a tabletop position now. So from here, we're going to take some circles with the hips and the shoulders. So just sending the bottom back and then round. Neutral spine here, circling one way, moving the weight forward over the wrists. Coming back to tabletop, we can start to ease out the wrists. So if it's okay for you here, pointing the fingertips in towards the knees and once again circling. Never moving into pain. Fingertips facing in towards each other and circling once again. And then perhaps very gently here, without applying too much pressure, just a little movement. Stretching the backs of the hands down towards the mat. Coming back to tabletop for cat and cow. Tilting pelvis. Coming into cow pose. And then exhaling, tucking into cat. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat. Come back to neutral. Send the feet to the right and the gaze to the right. Come to center. Send the feet to the left and the gaze to the left. Come back to center. And this time take the bottom back towards the heels. You can always tuck a cushion in here, remember. Take the knees wide as the big toes touch and reach forward into your extended child's pose. Taking some deep releasing breaths here. Come up onto fingertips as you draw the belly in and then thread the back of the left hand through. Stretch that right arm forward. Wriggle the fingers to the left. Come back to center. And thread the needle the other way. Back of the hand glides through. Fingers wriggle to the right diagonal. Coming back to all fours. Taking a calf stretch now. So stepping back onto the ball of the right foot and then sinking the weight to stretch that lower part of the leg. The Achilles, the calf. Coming back to neutral, stretching out the left leg this time. Coming back to neutral. This time we're coming into a plank position briefly. Finding that long straight line with the body. Weight back towards the heels. And then we're going to hug the right knee into the chest. Turn the shin so it's to the diagonal and replace that shin to the floor. As we do so, stretching out the back leg, coming onto the top of the foot and then lifting the chest for pigeon pose. So options here to tuck a cushion under that one bum cheek there. If this pose is not accessible to you at all, just ease out of it. Just bring the bum down, bend the back leg, and you can lift here, bringing the hands over to the diagonal, one way and the other. Otherwise, you're lifted in your pigeon pose on the fingertips here. And then we'll walk those fingertips to the right. And then come down to the forearms. Once again, relaxing the head and the neck. You can also reach forward here, stretching out the arms. And gliding back up, back to plank pose. Bending the left knee this time, hugging it in, and then taking that shin to the diagonal as you lower it back to the mat. Stretching that back leg out so you're on the top of the foot, and then you're lifting the chest here. So you are in a back bend here. Once again, if you have that cushion, you can tuck it under your bum cheek there just to give you a little support. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. As before, your modification is to bend that back leg. Pigeon pose. Walking those fingers round to the left diagonal this time. Inhaling to lift and lengthen. Exhaling to soften down to forearms. Or perhaps stretching out even further with those arms, resting the forehead down to the mat. And bringing yourself upright. We're going to roll down to our back now. So taking the bottom towards the heels here, reaching forward with the arms, and then we're just going to roll down through the spine. And then as we do so, we're going to take that left leg long, and we're going to hug the right knee into the chest. Relaxed shoulders, long neck. Active feet, breathing in. Exhaling to lift the nose up towards the knee. If this isn't comfortable on the neck, you can just cradle the head here in the hands, elbows facing each other, and keep drawing that knee in. And then as you exhale, relax the shoulders back down to the mat. Left palm down by your side. We're going to guide that right knee out. So keeping that left hip pinned back here. So staying here with the bent leg, or taking the hand underneath the calf, and we can stretch out. Once again, just watch that hip isn't rolling in. Lifting that leg now. Taking the hands to the back of the thigh or the calf once again, inhaling as you exhale, coming in for your hamstring stretch. And releasing that leg down, hug both knees into the chest. Take some circles into the hips. So big toes touch, knees come out wide. Arms straighten. And then we draw the knees in once again, lift the tailbone up. Circling both directions here. And this time I'll take the right leg long, flex that foot, hug the left knee into the chest. You're on the back of the head once again, shoulders relaxed, breathing in. Exhaling, lifting up, nose to knee. And release back down. Right hand out to the side, palm down. Guide that left knee out, supporting the weight of the leg in the hand. Right hip pinned back, shoulders firmed to the mat. Staying here, or you can extend that left leg. And then take the leg to the center. Feeling that stretch into the hamstrings there. Breathing in, exhaling to stretch. And releasing that leg down. This time we're going to come to a reclined bound angle pose, soles of the feet together. We're going to take the hands down by the sides here, so the heels are in towards the groin. Breathing in. As you exhale, press the entire back into the mat and lift the hips up. So just a light touch in the arms here, and then we can rock from side to side. Come to center and release down. Hug those knees into the chest. Take the arms out in a T shape. Breathe in. As you exhale, shift the hips just slightly to the left, and then keeping those knees at least waist height, guide them down to rest on your cushion or all the way down to the floor. Right hand to the top of the knee, head turns. You can take the palm up here to increase that stretch in the chest. Let go of any tension you may be holding in the joints now. Palms down, and your inhale, lift the knees to center. Breathe in once again. As you exhale, shift the hips slightly to the right this time, guide the knees over to the left. Left hand to the top of the right knee, head turns, palm floats up. Shoulders square. Just releasing any tension here. Guide your knees back to center on your inhale. Take the knees out wide. Back to bound angle pose, but to rest this time, bring the hands to the belly. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, let go. Breathe in. Breathe out and release. Breathe in. Breathe out and let go. And just take a moment here. Perhaps you'd like to ease that blanket to cover you, cover the feet. And you can stay in your bound angle or stretch out those legs for a few moments in Shavasana. Do take as long as you need here. hug knees to chest. Guide one arm overhead. Roll onto your side. And then limber up to sitting mindfully. So I'm going to come to sit on my cushion now. I'm going to keep the blanket over my legs. And we're going to finish with our loving kindness meditation. So do take the hands to the heart. Close the eyes. Reconnect with your breathing once again. And then visualize in the center of your chest, your emotional heart. An image of yourself as you are now, or perhaps as you were as a child, perhaps supported by a loving other. And if visualizing is difficult, just try seeing your name written in the center of your heart. And this loving kindness meditation begins with the pure intention to increase self-compassion from within. So saying to yourself now silently after me, may I be safe and protected. May I be peaceful. May I live at ease and with kindness. And extending that now to somebody that you love and care for, and saying silently after me, may you be safe and protected. May you be peaceful. May you live at ease and with kindness. And now expanding that practice further to include those people that you hardly know, or even those that may have caused you irritation or hurt in the past. And repeating silently after me. May all beings be safe and protected. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings live at ease and with kindness. And with this practice, as we start with the mere intention of loving kindness, experience has shown us that persisting with it can enrich our lives. If every one of us just managed to touch one other being through this practice, our world would indeed be a safer, kinder, and a more peaceful place in which to live. Concluding now with our hands at our heart centre in this Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for joining me for this Karma Yoga practice. I hope it's given you some moments of calm, some moments of peace. The light in me honours the light in you. Namaste.